Good morning, boys and girls. We're going to begin with our calendar. Let's go ahead and let's look at our months of the year. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. We are in April, so it is April 2020. We're going to go ahead and mark X's on the days, and we're going to stop at the 14th because today is the 14th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. If we look at the calendar, it tells us if we go up from the 14th, it tells us today is Tuesday. What day was it yesterday? Yesterday was Monday. So we're going to go ahead and drag Monday over here. Today is Tuesday. So we're going to find Tuesday. What day will tomorrow be? If today is Tuesday, tomorrow will be Wednesday. Okay, next we're going to do our fluency. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to say the letters as fast as we can. Are you ready? B, H, M, J, D, S, F, P, A, N, K, T, E, O, V, X, B, I, Z, W, P, C, Q, I, G, U, R, C, S, L, E, R, Z, X, A, S, D, Y, J, G, M, V, T, K, W, C, N, U, Q, F. Last row. H, B, Y, O, N, G, J, H, L, stop. Next, we're going to move on to the reading packet. Goats. Goats are animals with horns. Many goats live on farms. They like to eat grass. Goats have special names. The father goat is called a billy goat. The mother goat is a nanny goat. The baby goat is a kid. If we look at the pictures here, we can see the billy goat, which is the father goat, and he has some horns. We see the nanny goat, which is the mother goat, and we see the kid, which is the baby goat. This is another example of an informative text. What this means is that the words in the story match the pictures. Word work. Part 1, letter G. Color the two boxes below that begin with the G sound. So here we have a picture of grass. G, 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 grass. Does grass begin with the G sound? Yes. So we're going to go ahead and circle it instead of coloring. Let's look at the next picture. What do you see? A goat. G, G, goat. Does the word goat have the G sound? Yes. Let's look at the next picture. What is that? A cap. K, k, cap. Does it begin with the G sound? No, so we're going to leave it alone. Part 2, vocabulary. Directions. Draw a line between each matching name and picture. So here we have, do you remember what this is called? A billy goat. Yes, the father goat. So we're going to go ahead. Number 1 says billy goat, so we're going to draw a line from billy goat to the picture of the billy goat. Let's look at number 2. It says nanny goat. Do you remember what the nanny goat looks like? Let's go ahead and go back to the story to check. So here we have the billy goat, here we have the nanny goat. And in the story it tells us the mother goat is the nanny goat. So do you see the mother goat? Yes, the bottom one. Let's look at the last one. Number 3 says kid. Which of these is the kid? The baby goat. Okay, next page. We're going to order the information. Directions. Circle the 1, 2, 3, or 4 to show the order of when the information appears in goats. So the first part says names of goats, how they look, where they live, and what they eat. So we need to go back to the story to see which happens first, second, third, and fourth. So the first one says names of goats. Let's go back to the story to see. Goats are animals with horns. The first sentence is telling us how they look. So is it names of goats, how they look, where they live, or what they eat? How they look. So we're going to circle number 1 for how they look. Let's go back to the story to see what's next. Many goats live on farms. So that the second sentence is telling us where they live. So which of these says where they live? Do you see it? Yes, right here, where they live. So we're going to circle number 2 for that one. Let's see what comes next. They like to eat grass. So the third sentence is telling us what they like to eat. So is it names of goats or what they eat? What they eat. So that'll be number 3. And number 4 will be the names of goats. We'll go to the story just to check, to make sure. So goats have special names. The father goat is called a billy goat. The mother goat is a nanny goat. The baby goat is a kid. So yes, the last thing that the story tells us is the names of goats. Order. Directions. Write a B next to the picture from the beginning of the story. Then write an E next to the picture from the end of the story. So we see this picture here has an M already. You can go ahead and trace it. The M means middle of story. So we want to know what happened in the beginning of the story. We can go back to the previous page. Here it tells us the first thing that we went over was how they look. So it's looking at these pictures. Which of these tells us how they look? Yes, the bottom picture. So we'll go ahead and put a B right here, a capital B. Make sure it touches the top and the bottom line. And the middle picture shows us the pictures of all the goats, and that this is where they are naming them. So this will be the end of our story. So go ahead and draw your E for end. So this happened the beginning, middle, and end of the story. So let's move on to the next page. Written response. Trace the letters, then write your own letters. What letter is this? G. This is a capital G. So you want to start at the top, go all around here, going down, then you go back up to the middle, and then go in. Go ahead and trace it again. Starting at the top, go down, then go in. Go ahead and trace it 3 more times. 1, 2, 3. Next, we're going to go ahead and look at the lowercase g. So you're going to go ahead and start at the top, which is the middle of the line. You're going to do your circle, and then you're going to go down and around. So you see the little tail hangs around and then down, and you're hanging. Okay, go ahead and draw 3 more. So you do the circle. So does the lowercase g touch the top line? No, it doesn't. And the lowercase g, what's special about it is it has a little tail that it hangs. Directions. Draw a picture about goats, then write about it. So you're going to draw a picture about goats. So we learned from the story there's 3 types of goats. We have the billy goat, the nanny goat, and the kid. So you can draw whichever picture you want. I'm going to try to draw my picture here. I'm not that good at drawing, but that's okay. It has the horns. So I'm drawing the billy goat. It has this little tail. You have legs, 4 of them. Okay. Then write about it. So I'm going to write about the billy goat. I'm going to say the billy goat, the billy goat is the father goat. And if you draw about the kid or the nanny goat, you can write about them. Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next page. This will be the last one for the reading. This is going to be a quick check. Number 1, grass begins with the sound. Let's look at our answer choices. B, k, g. Grass begins with what sound? G, g, grass. G, g. With the sound g. So we're going to go ahead and bubble that one in. Let's look at number 2. Which one is a mother goat? Billy goat, nanny goat, kid. We can go to the story to double check. So here it tells us goats have special names. The father goat is called a billy goat. The mother goat is called a nanny goat. So we found our answer in the story. Go ahead and bubble that in. Let's look at number 3. What is the first thing we learn about goats? So we go back. The first thing we learned, and we can look at this one. The number 1, the first thing we learned was how they look. So was it goats are animals with horns, goats have different names, or many goats live on farms? Yes, goats are animals with horns. Let's look at number 4. Which goat comes last in the goats? So let's look at the picture again in the story. So we have our picture here. Which one was the last one? The kid. And if we look at the text in the story, the last sentence says, the baby goat is a kid. So which goat comes last? Is it the billy goat, nanny goat, or the kid? The kid. Okay, next we're going to move on to math. Before we begin, we're going to review. So for number 1, we're going to circle the number that comes before 24. So here we have the number 24, but we want to circle the number that comes before. Yes, number 23. Let's look at number 2. We have the numbers 26, 27, and 28. For number 2, we're going to circle the number that comes after 27. So here we have 27. We want to circle the one that comes after. Another word for after means next. So which number comes next? 28. Number 3, we're going to circle the number 21. Yes, 21. Okay, for number 4, 5, and 6, we're going to count each set of objects, write the numbers that tell how many, and circle the number that tells which group has more. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's count the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which of these has more? The top one has one more. Let's look at number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's look at the bottom picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which of these is larger? Which one has more? The 8. So we're going to circle this one. Let's look at number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look at the bottom picture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From those two, which one has more? The 10. So we're going to go ahead and circle it. We're going to move on to the next page. So we're going to be reviewing. So we're going to do stories about joining. Another word for joining is addition. Daniel is sitting on a bench in the park. 2 friends join him. How can we find out how many people are sitting on the bench in all? So what we can do is we can go ahead and draw a picture. So here we have Daniel, and we know that 2 more friends join him. So we're going to go ahead and draw 2 more people. Here's 1, 2. So can you tell me how many people there are in all sitting on the bench? 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next page. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and listen to the story. We're going to circle the groups to join them and then write the number that tells how many in all. So Daniel saw 5 ducks at the park. Then he saw 3 more. How many ducks did he see in all? So we have 5 and we see 3 more. We're going to be adding 5, 6, 7, 8. How many do we have in all? 8. Let's look at number 2. Daniel saw 3 beavers. Then he saw 3 more. How many beavers did he see in all? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Daniel saw 6 beavers in all. Number 3. Daniel saw 2 ants. Then he saw 3 more. How many ants did he see in all? We're going to go ahead and join them, put them together. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Daniel saw 5 ants in all. Number 4. Daniel saw 3 pine cones. He collected 3 more. How many did he collect in all? So we're going to go ahead and join them together. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Daniel collected 6 pine cones in all. Number 5. Daniel saw 4 bees. Then he saw 4 more. How many bees did he see in all? We're going to go ahead and join them together to figure this answer out. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Daniel saw 8 bees in all. Number 6. Daniel saw 3 frogs. Then he saw 6 more. How many frogs did he see in all? We're going to join them together to figure out the answer. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Daniel saw 9 frogs in all. Next, we're going to look at number 7. We're going to circle the groups to join them and then write the number that tells how many in all. So let's circle. So here we have a group of 3 and we have another group of 3. We're going to circle them both together. Let's see how many insects we saw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We saw 6 in all. Let's look at number 8. We have a group of 4 dragonflies, another group of 4. We're going to join them together to see how many in all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We saw 8 dragonflies in all. Let's look at number 9. We have a group of 1 and we have a group of 6, 7. So let's join them all to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We saw 8 dragonflies in all. For number 10, we're going to draw another group of 2. We're going to join them and see how many counters we have in all. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 counters in all. Next, we're going to move on to science. And so science, we've been talking about plants and animals, living and non-living things. Before we read a little book, we're going to make a KWL chart. So we're going to write what we know about plants and animals. We're going to write this under K. What are some things that we know about plants and animals? We know that they need water. What else do they need? Soil. Oh, well, not all plants and animals need soil, just plants. So let's think about something else that both plants and animals need. They need shelter and they need space to grow. They also need food. So we're going to go ahead and put that in our K. Next it says, write what you want to know about plants and animals. We're going to write this under W. So what are some things that you want to know about plants and animals? You're going to go ahead and put that in the spot. Something that I want to know is how long they live. How long do plants live? So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the W. And the L, we're not going to do it yet. We're going to do this after we read the book. So let's go ahead and let's go to the story. So before we read, let's look at our vocabulary. So here we have animals, food, need, plants, real. Plants need air. Plants need food and water. Plants need soil. Plants need sunlight. Animals need air. Animals need food and water. Plants make their own food where they live. Most animals move to get food. These plants have seeds. These plants are different sizes. Animals grow and change. Not all animals move the same. Not all animals look the same. Real plants and animals do not talk or wear clothes. Okay, so we're going to go back to our chart. What is something that we learned? we learned that they are different. Not all of them are the same. Plants are different. They have different sizes, different colors. We also learned that they change. They can change. So we're going to go ahead and put this under the L, something that we learned. And if you learned something else, you can go ahead and put that in the L. Okay, next we're going to move on to social studies. And for social studies, we have been talking about celebrations and how life was then and how it is now. We're going to go ahead and review. We're just going to go ahead and read this little booklet. It's Texas Studies Weekly. So this is going to talk about holidays around the world. People around the world celebrate special days in different ways. Holidays around the world. Birthdays. What do you like to eat on your birthday? In Brazil, children often eat candy that is shaped like vegetables. In Great Britain, children often eat gelatin with ice cream on top. How do you celebrate your birthday? Is there anything special that you eat? Winter holidays. Many families celebrate holidays during the winter. Jewish families light a candle each night during Hanukkah. Hindu families might light camps and set off fireworks during Diwali. What winter holiday do you celebrate? How do you celebrate it? Why is it important to you and your family? There are many different winter holidays, yes. An example would be Christmas. Let's go to the next page. In Mexico, Las Posadas is part of the Christmas celebration. Neighbors sing songs and children break a piñata to get treats. Here we have a picture of Mexico. In France, children put their shoes by the fireplace on Christmas Eve. Father Christmas fills the shoes with gifts. That's interesting. During Christmas in the United States, many families do a similar tradition, but instead of putting shoes, what do they hang? Stockings. In the Philippines, families make stars to hang in their windows at Christmas. The stars are called paroles. In England, the day after Christmas is called Boxing Day. On Boxing Day, many families give gifts to people who work in their community. And we have a picture of where the Philippines is located on the globe. The last page, fun and games. Look at the pattern. Fill in the last star with the color that fits the pattern. So let's look at our pattern. We have a red star, blue star, red star, blue star, red star. What comes next? A blue star. So you're going to go ahead and color it blue. So this is an AB, AB, AB pattern. Let's look at the next one. Look at the pattern. Draw the candles on the last cake to fill the pattern. How many candles did you draw? So we have the first one. The first cake has 1 candle, 2 candles, 3 candles. What's next? 4 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many candles did you draw? We drew 4. Draw a line from each picture on the left to the picture that it matches on the right. So we have shoes. We know that from the story that we read earlier, told us about the children in France, how they put their shoes by the fireplace on Christmas Eve so that Father Christmas fills the shoes with gifts. So we're going to go ahead and draw a line from the shoes to the fireplace. And then it says, here's a piece of cake. We know that the cake is often eaten during birthdays. So we're going to find the picture that matches the cake with the birthday. And here we have a picture, and we can see they both match. So we're going to go ahead and draw a line. The next thing says, draw a picture of you and your family celebrating your favorite holiday. So you're going to go ahead and draw a picture of you and your family celebrating your favorite holiday. What's your favorite holiday? There are so many to choose from. There's Valentine's Day, Christmas, New Year's, 4th of July, maybe it's your birthday or Cinco de Mayo. There's a bunch of different celebrations that you can choose from. See you next time.